And you look at these two teams, Russia, 35 goals for in this tournament, a lot of offense. And for the Czech Republic, they've done a good job defensively. That's going to be a key for them in the game as a look at the captain, Voracek. For the Czechs, they have a long history. It should be a good game here today. We'll see if Russia, both these teams lost their last game. Both teams looking to rebound here in the quarterfinals.
Well, Russia managed only 19 shots against Team USA, mostly because they were in the penalty box for a lot of the game. And this one is underway here. Kovács slides this through as Russia and the Czech Republic meet here in quarterfinal action. Jakub Voracek is in on the forecheck. Andronov knocks it away from him. Kovács goes after it, tries to center, it does, comes off a stick. Vladimir Sobotka couldn't get a stick on it, and it's back at the line, and there's the first shot on Andrei Vasilevsky. Czech Republic right to the attack, right off the hop. Sobotka trying to play it down low. Kisilovic plays this up the boards. Andronov trying to get a stick on it, can't. Radko Gudas the shot, and that went off of Voracek in front and didn't miss by much.
A good opening shift here by the Czech Republic. Pressure against the Russians. Try and play with the puck as much as he can.
Radko Gudas in with another shot, and that got turned aside by Vasilevsky. Chervenka trying to lose the checking of Anton Belov, throws it. That went through some traffic, and Vasilevsky makes the save.
Great start for the Czech Republic. It all starts with Voracek. A good job. Gudas going to shot. This is going to go off a skate in front and just wide. Vasilevsky lost sight of it as Gudas, a good job, drags that puck, gets the shot lane and gets it to the net. So look at Voracek of the Philadelphia Flyers, 6 points in this tournament for him. And starting his team off with a great opening shift.
Czech Republic started the preliminary round with a loss to Canada, finished it with that loss to Switzerland. In between, Czech Republic ran off 5 straight victories as Sapachev in across the line, and that is offside.
Look at the two coaches. Oleg Narok for Russia back behind the bench, led them to gold in Minsk in 2014, and first-time head coach Jandac of the Czech Republic took over for the World Cup in September, started there coaching the Czechs, and now his first World Championship.
Has been around a little bit as an assistant coach, and now gets to run his own show, and has done a pretty good job. They are a very good defensive team. You look at some of the shots on goal in some of the games, it's very impressive. Chance in front of the net, and Vasilevsky forced to make another good save as Thomas Plekanec still looks for his first point of the tournament.
Had such a good tournament last year with a good play, a little rotation. Kempny comes down the wall. Great pass as Plekanec is just going to pop out into that open area. Quick shot and a big save by Andrei Vasilevsky. It has been all Czech Republic early in this game.
Czech Republic gave up 7 shots against Belarus, 10 against Norway, 15 against Slovenia. That's pretty good defense. Plotnikov ran into his man at center ice and finally carried in by Kuznetsov as the play will make its way into the Czech Republic zone, but not for long. Sobotka's going to try and jam this out, could not. Chimik plays it around to the near side, and this one just gets sent off the boards and all the way down the ice. And Kisilovic is going to make sure this goes across for icing, and Coach Jandac not necessarily agreeing with that call.
No, and probably happy with what he's seen early, and they pre-scout a lot. They would have watched what USA was able to do against Russia, frustrate them, play with the puck as much as possible, and be physical. You see Radko Gudas, a very physical presence here for the Czech team.
Shots 5-0 at this point in favor of the Czech Republic. Ivan Telegin, who had a very good tournament last year, and is having another one again this year. Anton Belov is in from the line. Belov has scored in back-to-back games. Andronov. Antipin, and Antipin's shot goes wide. Belov jumps in from the right point. He'll play it all the way around. Antipin in against Voracek. We have an injured player. It is Kovács who is down in behind the play, and an interference penalty coming to Russia.
It's going to be Andronov that heads to the penalty box. Sergei Andronov gets the interference call for Russia.
Team Russia penalty number 11, 2 minutes for interference.
And this was the problem against the USA. Russia got into penalty problems. They were so disciplined in the previous 6 games, and they start this one taking the first penalty of the game as it's in the high slot. Andronov just runs into the back of the Czech player, and Oleg Starok can't believe it, thought it was just incidental contact. Kovac is all right, and his team to the power play.
Referees for this game, Mark Lemelin of Austria, Tobias Worley of Switzerland, and the linesmen are Brian Oliver of USA and Nathan Van Oosten of Canada. Voracek on the power play for the Czech Republic. And Nemesnikov is down. Slap shot, and that's deflected away. And Nemesnikov, all sorts of trouble in his own end.
Pasternak with a good chance there. Nemesnikov blocked a shot, and he went down. Starts in the opening draw. He's trying to get it through, takes it off the inside of his foot. Not much padding there. Some players wear the shells, but I don't know if that would even help in this situation, as Nemesnikov needs to be helped off the ice. So
probably opening your foot, not the best way to block the shot.
Not exactly. After that, Pasternak a good chance. The Czech power play has been good in this tournament. 7 for 22, 32%. Russia's penalty kill was number 1, but against USA they gave up some 3 goals against in 20 opportunities. 85% on the PK as Nemesnikov gets some attention on the Russian bench.
Kachov wins the face-off from Kovac. Sent around the boards by Dmitry Orlov, and then a cross-ice pass is deflected as Kachov got in the way of that.
Oh, good read by Kachov. Pasternak just trying to spin and fire that puck along the blue line, and Kachov able to read that and deflect it out of play.
Czech Republic last medal 2012. They had back-to-back bronze in 2011 and 2012. Their last gold was 2010, and it was in Germany. So the winner of this game will go back to Cologne, and the loser will be done. It is quarterfinals here at the Worlds. Voracek tried to play back to the line. This gets picked off, and Kachov will play it all the way down the ice, and Francouz finally gets a chance to touch the puck.
Well, you mentioned the travel. Russia, who finished second, normally the top 2 teams would stay. But because Germany made it, they had to travel. And you wonder if maybe the slow start here has anything to do with them traveling yesterday and playing this game.
Riding across the line, Chervenko will play this back at the blue line. Looking for that pass is Michael Berner. Ends up back at the blue line. Cross off for Ruta. Tried to get it back for Berner. This got deflected as Ripik had to get away from him. And the Czech Republic back to regroup. Michael Ripik. Bank pass to the far side boards, propelled back to the line, but Plotnikov breaks that up. And Plotnikov back in for Russia. Gavrikov waiting for it on the near side, and it bounces from Barbanov, and that is grabbed and held.
Barbanov just getting it to the net, so Francouz finally gets to see the puck off a Russian stick as a weak shot bounces its way. Look at Barbanov. There's Sapachov, who led this tournament last year and having another good one this year. Just so crafty with the puck. 2 goals, 12 points for Sapachov in the tournament.
After getting some attention on the bench, Nemesnikov has left. Vladislav Nemesnikov has gone back to the Russian dressing room after blocking that shot. Kempny for Jerabek. Jerabek winds his way in. Tried to throw it to the front of the net. That got blocked by Ivan Provorov. Power play is over. Andronov out of the penalty box and has the puck. Jams it out at center. Tries to break free. He and Jerabek get into a good battle. And Kempny will take it in behind his own net. No score. Czech Republic and Russia here in the opening period. Sulak back in his own end. The long pass for Plekanec. Little redirect for Zahorna. Lets the shot go, save made. and this will be cleared out at center ice by Gusev. Slammed right back in wide. Almost like Vasilevsky was expecting a dump in. Kuznetsov in a battle. The puck comes loose and Nikita Gusev. Ahead for Kucherov. He'll carry it in. Lost control of it just inside the Czech Republic line. And cleared back out at center where Anton Belov. Bank pass for Dmitry Orlov. Orlov lifts this to the Czech Republic line. Kucherov couldn't knock it down. And as it is picked up by Sobotka, this is going to be called a glove pass.
Well, just gloved ahead and Sobotka grabs the puck as Šimek just trying to move that forward. To the defenseman for the Czech Republic. And one thing about the Russian team we've seen before, Dennis, covering them in Cologne, some slow starts, but it only takes one play. Very opportunistic. They have so much skill up front. If they can weather a bit of a storm here, as Czech Republic has put a lot of pressure on them early.
Ivan Provorov back into his own zone. Provorov plays this up the boards as he goes against a couple of his Philadelphia teammates in Radko Gudas and Jacob Voracek. Cleared up the boards. Panarin. He got stopped before he could get anywhere. As Ruta into the slot. David Pastrnak tried to get that for Cervenka down low. Shot from the line, changes directions. And Vasilevsky got the left pad down. Anton Belov, and Belov will just pitch this off the glass and down the ice. And getting knocked down, and there is going to be a penalty. It's going to be an interference penalty as Kucherov got knocked down in behind the play. Power play for Russia when we come back.
Czech Republic penalty number 88, 2 minutes for interference.
Artemi Panarin, 13 points in this tournament, leading the way, and his power play will go to work. The first one of the game, the Russian power play, 13 of 24, 54%. And something Czech Republic wants to do is continue to be disciplined. Up to this point, only 17 penalties they had taken. This is number 18 in the tournament, the fewest.
David Pastrnak has gone to the penalty box, and not a great penalty. It was way away from the play. As he knocked one of the Russian players down, it was Kucherov that was kind of just outside his own blue line. And Belov, who has power play goals in back-to-back games, drops for Nikita Gusev. Gusev for Dadonov. Dadonov sends it down for Sapachov. Sapachov watched in the corner by Šimek. And this is cleared all the way back down the ice. Andrei Vasilevsky will snap it ahead for Nikita Gusev. Gusev for Belov. He'll play give and go with Panarin. Belov takes it to the outside. Belov trying to get that to the side of the net. Cleared to the near side boards, and Michael Berner will try and clear it. Can't. And then on a second try, Jerabek will get it down the ice. Repik is in on the forecheck in on Vasilevsky. And Belov will play it for Dadonov. Dadonov with some speed, drops for Panarin. Panarin turns his back to the front of the net area and then plays the forehand back to the blue line for Ivan Provorov. Back for Panarin. He tried to slide that to the front of the net. Panarin is on it again. And this will come outside the line. Russian coaches would like to see them shoot the puck a little more at times. They do have a tendency to overpass.
Well, that's something they want to address here before the game and try and do a little more shooting. Here, Czech's doing a real good job not allowing those lane passes, and a good block by Jerabek on that Panarin attempt.
We play too nice sometimes is how it was worded. in for Plotnikov, in behind Francouz. Scramble, Plotnikov jamming at it, and a whole bunch of Czech Republic bodies down in the crease.
Šimek got in behind. This puck almost squeaked through Francouz as Plotnikov, we just said, shoot the puck. A shot coming down that left wall. And Plekanec gets back in time. Then Šimek helps his netminder by playing a little bit of goal. But Plotnikov, there's the shot. It goes under the left arm and it's just rolling towards, it gets cleared away. Plotnikov's going to put it back towards the net. It bounces around and finally gets covered up.
3 in the tournament for Plotnikov. 2 of them have been power play markers. Provorov gets that return pass, snapped it. That was partially blocked in front, and then it made its way to the corner. David Pastrnak is out of the penalty box. Plotnikov controls in the Czech Republic zone. They make a defensive change. In from the line as Orlov scores. Dmitry Orlov opens the scoring in this game.
Good timing by Orlov coming off the bench. And a pass just into some open area, and Dmitry Orlov gets his first of the tournament since joining the team after the Capitals were eliminated from playoffs. Plotnikov, great prep. Just hangs on to the puck. Patience finds Orlov into that slot, and Orlov outweights the slide in front by Gudas and then beats Francouz to the glove side. The Russian fans are happy as although they've been outplayed in this game early on, they have the 1-0 lead and seen this before.
Only the 3rd game of this championship for Dmitry Orlov, coming over after the Washington Capitals were eliminated, and he has his first goal. Ivan Telegin back in his own zone. Telegin with that long lead pass. Here comes Nichushkin. Nichushkin trying to go wide against the checking of Sulak. Voracek is there. Telegin back at the line. Gavrikov the shot. Andronov deflected that in front, and that didn't miss by a whole lot. And another icing call here against the Czech Republic.
Momentum shifts, and Dmitry Orlov off a great feed from Plotnikov. He's got a great little wrist shot to the glove side. And a momentum shift here in the game as Russia feeling a little better after a sluggish start. They have the 1-0 lead. Orlov's first of the tournament.
Shot from the line by Orlov. That got turned aside. That opening goal just seems to fuel them.
Well, they go to their last game against USA getting outplayed, and then a breakaway chance for Gusev, and he opened it up. And Plotnikov has had a real good tournament. That assist now, 7 points, 3 goals, 4 assists. Did try coming to the NHL for a year. Pittsburgh, Arizona in the 15-16 season, but ended up returning to the KHL where he played in St. Petersburg. He ended up winning the Gagarin Cup. We'll look at the 26-year-old.
Sometimes wonder if he isn't one of those guys that might get another opportunity if he wants it.
Well, you look at that line he plays on with Andronov and Telegin. They play more of a North American style on this Russian team. They're more in straight lines. They'll get in, they'll be physical in the forecheck.
Dodonov, and we have another penalty. It is going to be Nikita Gusev who is going to go to the penalty box.
Team Russia penalty number 87, 2 minutes for hooking.
Well, Gusev heads to the box, so right off the draw as he holds up the Czech player trying to get out to the point. So Gusev to the box, second power play of the game for the Czech Republic. See if they can tie this game up.
Voracek will chase this back out at center. Ivan Telegin will make sure this gets all the way back down the ice. And Radim Šimek will start the power play, drops it off for Voracek, on for David Pastrnak. Terrific year for David Pastrnak with the Boston Bruins. Finished second on team scoring. Centered back to the line, down low for Sobotka. What a chance, point blank on Vasilevsky, and he missed glove side. And this will get sent down the ice by Kisilovic.
They have had their chances, and Vasilevsky's come up with some big saves. They've missed a couple other ones in close.
This will get sent around for David Pastrnak. Looking for Sobotka. And this is intercepted. 2-on-1, shorthanded. Nichushkin settles it down. Gets the return pass, and he can't tap it in. Kachuk in a little deep by the time he settled it down, and then tried to come back for Nichushkin.
Wasn't long ago you said sometimes they overpass. No shots on that 2-on-1 shorthanded.
Taken out through center ice. Carried back in. Chervenka dishes it off. Slap shot by Ripik. Save made by Vasilevsky. Chervenka trying to center it. Passed out front for Horak. Horak plays it back to the blue line. Down the goal line for Chervenka, and he tried to go cross ice. Ripik back to the blue line. Now back in for Chervenka. Lets the shot go. That hit a body in front. And gets sent down the ice by Barabanov. Dying seconds of the second power play of the game for the Czech Republic, and that'll do it as Kisilovic slams this down the ice. So just one shot on 2 power play opportunities for the Czech Republic, a power play that came in running at 31.8%, so it did have some success. Telegan drops for Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov to the front of the net. Russia lost Vladislav Nemesnikov on the first penalty kill they had. He blocked a shot from David Pastrnak with the inside of his foot. Got some treatment on the bench and then left for the dressing room and has not returned. Plotnikov trying to work it out of the corner. Great play by Plotnikov on the goal by Dmitry Orlov that has Russia in front 1-0. Kuznetsov in on the forecheck, cleared away from him, and Kucherov will play it back into his own zone for Provorov. Provorov on for Kucherov. Kucherov trying to split the defense, and he goes up and over. And there is an interference penalty being called to Yarovik. So it'll be power play for Russia when we come back.
Number 5, Czech Republic, 2 minutes interference. No.
Bon, alors du coup, moi, je suis venue rejoindre Romanie et les supportristes de la Russie, évidemment. We're going to do the dance cam, you guys. Usually, I think we have the dance cam. DJ, put the music, my friend. Where are you, Pierre? Where are you? Pierre, you're ready for the dance cam.
C'est parti très fort ici au niveau de la dance cam, tu peux y aller parce que Astérix est à fond, il a trouvé des copains tchèques, copains copines tchèques, et ça envoie du lourd. Hein. Allez!
Okay, Russia, we can do definitely better than that. Okay, you girls. Woo!
Yarovik to the penalty box for the Czechs as he takes an interference call on the penalty. Looked more like a hip check, just finishing the plays. Kucherov tried to go around him. Kucherov went for a bit of a tumble, but the penalty was called as Russia power play. They get their second chance in this game, so some penalties here in the first period have been a bit of the story.
Kuznetsov will start the power play with this face-off, and Thomas Plekanec is going to get waved out of the face-off circle. He doesn't like it. And Horak will go in and take the draw. Comes back for Dmitry Orlov. Orlov, Kuznetsov, Antipin. Antipin to the front of the net, and a good quick shot by Kucherov, and he missed the target. Back for Kuznetsov, for Orlov, for Kucherov, slap shot, and Francouz got a piece of it. Antipin plays it back for Orlov. Kuznetsov walks it in. He was looking for that far side, and and that misses the net and makes its way back out at center. And now offside, as they say. Kucherov jumped the line before Kuznetsov carried it in.
Kuznetsov not agreeing with that. There's a look at Sergei Plotnikov, set up the game's opening goal, and Oleg Znarok wants to get his power play going here in this game. Take advantage to add to their lead. The early goal by Orlov. Interesting, he's sticking with this unit. It's been the unit of Panarin, Sapachov, Dodonov, Gusev that get the majority of the ice time for the power play.
Panarin leads them in points, leads them in shots on goal, leads them in average ice time. Short side score! Kucherov takes that pass, and there's that power play. And for Kucherov, his 6th goal of this tournament, 2nd on the power play.
He did not have much room, but Kucherov coming off a 40-goal season, 85 points with Tampa Bay Lightning. This is a great play. Kuznetsov just going to bring this puck in, gets it past Kempny, finds Kucherov, and he rips that short side shelf past Francouz. You can see barely any room above that left shoulder. What a shot by Kucherov. It is 2-0 Russia.
Wow.
Great shot.
Sapachov now out with Dodonov and Gusev. Sapachov signing before this tournament with the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Vasilevich. Vegas Golden Knights will start play, of course, next year in the National Hockey League. Chance in front, Vasilevsky, good left pad save. All sorts of traffic in front of the net. Good job by David Pastrnak to get that shot on goal. Robin Hansel plays it in. Pastrnak spin around, but Vasilevsky another save. Zub trying to play it up the boards, does, but it's picked off by the Czech Republic. Shot to the short side, that went wide. In from the line is Michael Kempny, and he couldn't get a stick on it. And Radko Gudas will chase this back into his own zone.
Couple of good chances for Pastrnak. The Boston Bruin player coming off a 34-goal season. Mentioned 2nd in points on Boston with 70.
So Roussel, DaCosta, Gaudreau, and now Kucherov, all with 6 goals here in this tournament to lead that department. Lead pass for Nichushkin, that failed to materialize. Kovash chases this back. Provorov gets there first. Plays it for Zub. Artem Zub will just get this out at center ice. Under 5 minutes now left in period number 1. Jacob Voracek will play it back into his own zone. Great year for Voracek. Led the Flyers in scoring. Ivan Provorov will let this go to his defense partner Anton Belov, and then back for Provorov. For Andronov, and Provorov will meander his way and now has to scamper a little bit as the Czech Republic up with the loose puck. And the line change there for Russia. Belov back into his own zone. On the backhand, pitches it looking for Panarin. Panarin couldn't get anywhere. Czech Republic will regroup. Zohorna sends it right side. Plekanec is after it. Plekanec trying to get it back, picked off by Panarin. Panarin sends it in for Kucherov. He'll drop it back. Kuznetsov around the net. Kuznetsov. That come out? Nope, did not. Kept it in. Kempny now trying to break it up. Kempny plays it back up the boards. Kuznetsov is on it again. For Panarin. For Dmitry Orlov. And Orlov, the shot to the front. Kempny blocked it. And a whack at it there from Kucherov, but that went wide. Panarin now controlling it. Got chased all the way back to the line, and now he does turn it over. And Zohorna will play it for Michael Kempny.
So Namestnikov injured early. It's Kuznetsov going to take over on that line with Panarin and Kucherov. Kuznetsov's involved over right in front of the Czech bench.
Last couple games, he's totally played with a chip on his shoulder.
Certainly has. And here's Orlov, who opened up the scoring off a feed from Plotnikov. A nice goal to the glove side, and then Kuznetsov sets up Kucherov with an absolute beauty as he rips that home high on the short side. Not much room, but he found it, and Kucherov has given Russia the 2-goal lead. Go back to how early in this game the Czech Republic had chances and couldn't capitalize. Russia, Vasilevsky came up with some big saves, but they just weren't awake at the beginning of the game, but they're up 2-0 at this point.
And you made the point at that time that all it takes for Russia is one opportunity, and they've gotten a couple and they lead 2-0 in what's been a real good period for the Czech Republic. Barabanov back into the Czech Republic end of the ice, and he is going to go to the penalty box. We have seen a parade. This is the 5th minor penalty of this opening period.
And it's a tripping call. So discipline has not been good on either side as Barabanov trips up Šimek, I believe.
Team Russia penalty number 21, 2 minutes for tripping.
And for the Czechs, they need to take advantage of these situations. Their 3rd power play now here just in the 1st period of play. Russia's discipline issues that started against Team USA continue here.
U.S. and Finland through 1 period in Cologne. No score in that one. Canada and Germany will be the 2nd game in Cologne. Swiss and Sweden will be our 2nd game here in Paris. Voracek plays it back for Šimek and back in for Voracek. He's going to snap it. Then that shooting lane closed out, comes back to the line. The shot from the blue line doesn't get through. And Antipin for Russia will send this back. And making the quick turn and right back in for Šimek. His first IIHF event representing the Czech Republic. Kovac ties it up in the corner. On it is Sobotka. Takes that return pass from Šimek. Pasternak creeps in from the blue line. Pasternak's going to chase this all the way deep into the Russian zone, trying to get it away from Valery Nichushkin. And it does stay in. Antipin now hustles after it. Antipin and Kovac. But again, it doesn't come out. Pasternak dishes off. Voracek off the crossbar.
Boy, Pasternak was in a prime area to shoot that puck, but he passed it off to the side. Voracek had a look, got it away quickly, but he found the post.
Ripik back through center. Swings away from Plotnikov. Chervenka after it, but lost control. 30 seconds left in the power play for the Czech Republic. Michael Berner will hustle back into his own zone for Chervenka. Roman Chervenka, 7th world championship for him. Played at the blue line. Slap shot from Ruta, save made. And Vasilevsky down. The puck is still loose. Back at the line, Ruta gets it for Berner. Berner's shot never got to the net. And now he gets cleared down the ice by Dmitry Orlov, and that'll do it for the power play.
The Russian penalty kill's been able to do a good job. Couple good chances for the Czechs to open up scoring on their side, but they found posts in the others. Vasilevsky able to make the saves.
Kempny for Radko Gudas. Gudas the long shot knocked down by Vasilevsky. Ivan Provorov is on it. Provorov will play it up the boards. Gudas tried to take it away from Gusev, but it does get back into the Czech Republic zone. Plekanec will play it up the boards. Gavrikov breaks it up. Gavrikov in a battle on the far side. He gets tied up with Peter Vrana. Sapacha waiting for it. Didn't get to him. Trying to work it is Zahorna. And then Zahorna with one hand on the stick, being tied up by Sapachev, and he gave way. And back out through center, dying seconds of the period. Ivan Provorov fakes the shot and then lets it go. And that's going to bring some attention as Provorov let it go late, and his Philadelphia teammate Radko Gudas first one in there.
Well, a period in which the Czech Republic had their opportunities. It's Russia that was able to grab the 2-0 lead.
12-8 Czech Republic. The shots on goal in that opening period
Nikita Kucherov, what a year he had with the Lightning in the NHL. To the 40 goals, the 85 points for him. And for the Czechs, they have to get back in this. They've had some chances. Gudas leading the way, 4 shots from the defenseman.
And 8 minutes and 32 seconds of ice time for Radim Cimic, who plays both special teams. Second period underway. Nichushkin in with a good hit on Kovac. Telegan trying to work it out front. And it's cleared back by Kovac to the far side. Race there, Jan Ruta going in after it. Nichushkin in on the forecheck. Kovac will try it. This gets bounced out at center. And Vasilevsky will send it for Anton Belov. Belov will play it for Antipin. Antipin trying to play that through the middle, looking for Dodonov, and that didn't work. And back in a shot from Robin Hansel, didn't get through. Bounces around and Kucherov for Gusev. Nikita Gusev comes rink wide for the defenseman Antipin. Antipin and Sulak to the corner. Antipin pinned to the corner boards, gets a little bit of help from Gusev. Puck ends up in behind the net. Centered in from the line was Artem Zub. And that got away from him. And Vasilevsky will play it away from Cervenka. Vrana at center ice, trying to get it back into his own end. Eventually will. Cross and right back in as this gets sent in by Kondratik. Michael Berner in on the forecheck, cleared away from him. Kucherov for Artemi Panarin. Panarin puts on the brakes. Panarin plays it back at the line. Provorov, the slap shot, left pad save made. Fansos. Nemesnikov, Gavrikov, and Gavrikov's shot never got to the net as Ripik blocked it. Kondratik tried to clear, and this does get sent out at center and jammed away before Berner could break away. As good recovery there from Gavrikov. Kucherov drops it back. Cross ice, slap shot, and Fansos down on that far side.
What a save as they set up Panarin for the big one-timer off to the side of the net. And Artemi Panarin very close to adding to the Russian lead. Quick transition this line. Kucherov going to drop, and then Kuznetsov over to Panarin. And Francouz gets over, and that right pad makes the stop of the puck and the shot. So Pavel Francouz with a huge save here to keep it a 2-goal game.
Francouz came into this game with a .99 goals against average, .926 save percentage, and a record of 3-0 with a shutout. And now Plotnikov is in a discussion with one of the officials. Long shot steered aside by Vasilevsky. Kachov, as that puck bounces around at center ice. Antipin will take it back into his own zone. Plays it for Kasilovic, and Kasilovic trying to get it in, chips this into the Russian bench.
Bogdan Kasilovic has a couple of goals in this tournament for the defenseman. He gets his chance to play in the World Championship. 8 seasons in the KHL, and there's a look at Yondoch, the head coach for the Czech Republic, and had to be happy with a lot of what he saw in that first period. Obviously not the 2 goals by Russia, but outside that, they were able to create some good chances.
Timmy Panarin did not have a shot on goal in that opening period, so he still sits at 24. Add that one, that's 25. As he gets a real good scoring opportunity, he leads this Russian team in shots on goal. Ivan Telegan, by the way, 6 minutes and 47 seconds of ice time for Russia. He led them in ice time in that opening 20 minutes.
Well, the 2 penalty kills where he gets a lot of time and a lot of responsibility from Oleg Zarok, the head coach.
Kempny jams out ahead for Roman Horak. Tried to clear the zone, could not. Michael Kempny will try it again. Kempny rims the boards. Zahorna waits for it. He gets bumped on the play. Puck does come loose. Andronov trying to play that through. Nichushkin goes after it. Michael Kempny keeping an eye on him. Nichushkin one-hands it to the front of the net. Ivan Telegan was there and he couldn't get a stick on it as he was all tied up. Nichushkin spins it for Sapachev. Sapachev back to the line, and the wrister from Ivan Provorov goes off a stick and out of play.
Provorov just coming in, drags that puck to the middle off the feed, and that gets deflected out of play. As a look at Provorov, just finished his first NHL season with the Philadelphia Flyers. A good rookie campaign for him, 6 goals and 30 assists for the former 7th overall draft pick for the Flyers in 2015.
Power play goal for Finland. Finland leading USA 1-0 over in Cologne. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game. And then tonight here it is Switzerland and Sweden in the other quarterfinal. Radko Gudas for David Pastrnak. Vasiljevic pinches in, holds it in for Russia. Chervenka, a little redirect. Turned over in front of the net, and a glove save. And Dodonov, looking over at the referee, felt he may have been tripped.
Good pressure. Gusev's just going to strip the puck, find Dodonov. Doesn't get much on that shot as he's coming down that high slot area, but a good play by Gusev to create that turnover. This line played together in St. Petersburg at the KHL. Gusev, Sapachev, and Dodonov. A lot of chemistry between those three.
David Pastrnak, by the way, of the Boston Bruins, leads Czech Republic in scoring, 7 points, including 1 goal. Horak and Chervenka each have 3 goals for the Czech Republic. But their defensive play has been very good. They gave up a couple in the opening period, so they are going to have to find some offense here in this game. Czech Republic started by beating Belarus 6-1. They outshot them, or after they lost to Canada, then they beat Belarus 6-1. They outshot Belarus 45-7. Voracek drops it back. Kondratik plays it up the boards. Kovac, as the Czech Republic trying to get out of its own zone. Libor Sulak will play this out at center, and back forward is Antipin. Snaps this off the boards out to center. Sulak bumping there with Panarin. A little bit of a head fake from Barabanov. Barabanov lost control of it, lead pass, and Voracek trying to bust away. Czech Republic starting a line change. Voracek swings it down low. Sulak, the defenseman, was going to go in and then elects to back out. Kachov takes it on the far side. Kachov trying to clear, cannot. Thomas Zahorna, who spent a couple of years in the Quebec Junior League, ends up on the stick of Plekanec, and Plekanec's shot. That got blocked. 921 NHL games for Thomas Plekanec, all with the Montreal Canadiens, as he goes back for it.
Well, he's one of the guys before the game. Assistant coach Václav Prospol talked about needing those leaders to step up, and no points so far for Plekanec in this tournament.
Kind of an interesting stat because he sees just under 18 minutes of ice time. That's his per game average. Has had chances. Shot from the blue line off the stick. Vasiljevic goes in after it. Vasiljevic sends it back for Nichushkin. Nichushkin got dumped by Radko Gudas. Gudas then gets bumped by Ivan Telegin, and Plekanec has the puck at center. Plekanec trying to lift it in, didn't get enough on it. Czech Republic trying to change, and Provorov sends it quickly up for Nichushkin. For Gusev and back for Nichushkin. Plays it deep, turned over. Russia back in on the attack. Trying to center that was Kucherov, or Sapachev rather, and then Sapachev will track this down at center ice. On for Gusev and back for Ivan Provorov. Provorov feeds it left side, room down that side for Dodonov. Dodonov takes it, drops it back. Orlov had it get away from him. Lead pass, David Pastrnak was in behind everyone. Dodonov was staying with him, but Pastrnak couldn't handle that pass.
Great example how Russia likes to go back for that puck and gain speed with Dodonov coming back.
Chervenka, he'll dish that off for Vrana. Vrana couldn't get a shot away. Ripik gets it back for Vrana. Vrana will drop it. front of the net is Chervinka looking for a little tip as Kundratic is in from the line. And the point at the blue line, unable to handle that was Sulak. And Francouz will play this away. Russia again on the forecheck, and Kucherov almost a steal. Sabotka gets to center ice, and he'll play it back for Sulak. Sulak goes cross ice, and Kundratic will play this up the boards, and this hits someone on the Czech Republic bench. Russia with 2 goals in the opening period, maintaining a 2-0 lead.
Il n'y a pas de bon match sans évidemment une cola, les gars, non? Allez, of course, that's a good way for you guys. Are you ready?
Voilà, on va faire avec nos amis russes qui sont là s'ils veulent bien venir. Comment, Russian guys, come on.
Allez, warm up, c'est avec vous.
C'est un peu les romages.
Come here, you guys. Okay, we're gonna start the messages way, but it's gonna start from here, okay? Okay, you guys, look at us.
Josef Jandac talking to his team on the Czech Republic bench, trying to get them to generate a little bit more on the Russian net here in this second period. They were able to do it early in the first period of play, but just one shot here in period number 2. Artemi Panarin with the best chance in the second period. A one-timer off to the right of Czech netminder Pavel Francouz, and Francouz came up with a great right pad save.
Czech Republic did have chances right off the hop. You wonder if Russia maybe wasn't expecting more of a defensive game from the Czech Republic. And it's kind of turned into that now.
Well, they were able to initiate some real good chances. Vasilevsky came up with big saves early as his team took a little while to get into this game.
Shots now 4-1 in favor of Russia here in the second period. Kucherov gets to the line, no further. So no sign of Namestnikov after that first period injury where he blocked a shot. So no Mosiak and no Mironov for Russia either. They did not start the game. Mosiak was injured in game 3 and never did return. Artemi Panarin plays it for Kucherov. Kucherov back for Panarin. Panarin trying to lose the checking of Chicago teammate Michael Kempny. Kovash plays this around the boards, but good hustle to get across and break that play up by Ivan Provorov. Provorov then knocks Voracek down, and there's a hooking penalty coming, and Czech Republic will go to the power play.
It'll be their 4th of this game. They had 3 in the first period, and Oleksiy Narok doesn't like this call either. As Voracek goes down, Provorov fighting for the puck. And he will be the one that is guilty.
Penalty number 29, 2 minutes for hooking.
It's going to be a hooking call to Provorov, and then it's been Sabatka who had his stick in the midsection of Provorov. And it's almost like Voracek lost his balance, so maybe a little unfair here for Provorov, who's going to sit 2, but the Czech Republic, a good chance here, their 4th power play of the game, to cut into this Russian lead.
So after taking 7 minor penalties against the United States, Russia now, as Shane just mentioned, the 4th time in this game that they're shorthanded. They're 3 for 3 on the penalty kill, and Russia 1 for 2 on the power play in this game. Russia had the great run, 6 straight wins over in Cologne until they ran into those discipline issues. Shot from the line, Vasilevsky down, scramble, and play is whistled down.
Vasilevsky able to pick up that puck through a lot of traffic. Ruda front. Here's the shot from the point by Ruda, and it's a right pad save by Andrei Vasilevsky. At Horak and Berner right there on the doorstep, but trying to get that puck loose. Vasilevsky does a nice job keeping his glove on top. Look at Jan Ruda. has a goal, 1 goal in this tournament. If the Czechs can get one on the board, they need to find something here that's going to give them a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark.
Winner of this game will keep its medal hopes alive. Michael Berner plays it back to the line, the shot, and Vasilevsky makes another save and hangs on to it.
Another shot from Ruda at the point, and same result. Vasilevsky does a nice job, tracks the puck, follows it through, and it's not only he makes the initial save, those rebounds he's able to control, take advantage, and it'll be another face-off off to his right.
Vasilevsky came into this game 1.57 goals against average in the championship, a .935 save percentage, a couple of shutouts, and a record of 4-1. He had back-to-back shutouts. And then Ilya Sorokin added another one as Russia 3 straight shutouts in preliminary round play. Ripik plays this to the goal line. Power play continues for the Czech Republic. He'll dish that off for Horak. At the line, another shot by Ruda, and that got blocked, and Ivan Telegan will try and bust down that right side. And finally coming across to give him a bump is Ripik. But good work by Plotnikov to spend some time in the Czech Republic zone on the penalty kill.
It's been those 3 guys that have been real character players for Russia, for Oleg Narak, as Andronov had the block, Telegan got it down, and then Plotnikov, a good job on the penalty kill for Czech.
Dropped off for Voracek. He'll skate it in. Nice move to the inside as he put the move on Artem Zub. And Vasilevsky had to make a stop.
Great speed by Voracek up the ice. He's going to fake, and then he comes inside on Zub, and then the puck gets away as some help from Zub's defense partner. Orlov gets over there in time to get a stick in the way.
Never did get to Vasilevsky.
Look at Voracek, such a good year in the 14-15 season with the Flyers, a career high, 81 points.
This gets sent in by Chimik. After it, Nichushkin. He'll lift it high in the air out to center ice. Kachev is on it. Nichushkin heads to the net. Nichushkin in a little deep, tries the wraparound, comes to the front, and Kondratik blocked it. And another shot and another block. As Savoka got a stick in front of the second opportunity. Kachev. And now the power play is over. So a short-handed chance for Nichushkin.
Tried the wraparound. That just gave Czechs enough time to regroup, get somebody in net, and a big block in front.
Vasiljevic will send this in. Radko Gudas back for it. Gudas snaps that long pass off the boards. Zohorna. He's being watched by Anton Belov. Dishes it off for Sulak. Sulak overskated it. And the long pass, and Gusev carries it right back in. Gusev out now with Sapachev and Dodonov. And Dodonov comes up with the loose puck ahead of Zohorna. But Gudas is on it, and Radko Gudas will send this out at center for Peter Vrana. Vrana for Plekanec. Plekanec to the front of the net. Zohorna couldn't get a stick on it. Vrana had his stick lifted, and it's taken by Sapachev. Sapachev coming into the game with 92 faceoffs and a percentage of 55%. Centered in front and cleared away by Chervenka. On for Pasternak. He'll play it into the Russian zone. Artem Zub after it. Zub lost control of it against Robin Hanzal, and the shot grabbed and held by Vasilevsky. 2-0 Russia.
On se voit profiter de cette petite pause, bien sûr, pour un tapping pour celles et ceux qui nous ont suivis pendant la durée de ce championnat du monde depuis le départ. Pour certains, ils connaissent ça par cœur. L'idée, c'est d'ouvrir très grand, un débat comme ça. On va demander à nos amis.
Yeah, you guys really do something. You all know this, right? We gotta put the hands in the air. We all know
Some of the Czech fans here in Paris at this game trying to get their team going as they are down a pair of goals. Right now, Russia's done a real good job defensively. A lot of those shots Czechs have got have come from the point. Vasilevsky's been able to make the save, and there hasn't been much for rebounds out in front and second opportunities for the Czech Republic.
Finland still leading USA 1-0, and we were over in Cologne for the US games, and they do have a tendency to come from behind to win hockey games. They've played very well. Here it's 2-0 Russia. Winding his way in, Kuznetsov couldn't get around Kempny. Pasternak lost it, gets it back, and David Pasternak in his second World Championship after 3 straight runs at the World Junior. Shot from the near side off the stick of Hansel. And Vasilevsky fought it off and made the save.
That's just this period as Robin Hansel, just a nice job, weaves his way through a few Russian players, and he gets this shot away as he gets around Vasilevich. And there was some room under that left arm, and Vasilevsky able to squeeze and hang on. Someone thought it was going in.
Yep. Ended up being a good rush for, considering it didn't look like much at the start. Some of the Russian players with those stick checks just kept turning away and letting him get closer and closer to Vasilevsky. Gavrikov ahead for Kachov into the final 7 minutes now of period number 2. Kachov waits for it. Gavrikov, the shot from the line, that's blocked. Plotnikov goes after it with Kondratov. Came back to the blue line, raced forward, Voracek and Gavrikov will slam that off the boards and out the center. Dmitry Orlov. Garbanov gets to center, looking to send it deep. It got blocked. Andronov is on it, and he couldn't get it into the Czech Republic zone. And now back for Berner. Plays it for Ripik, back for Michael Berner. Tried to get it to the front of the net. Karems to the corner, and Ripik goes in after it. Tried to get it back to Berner, and now it's up around the boards. And good hustle here by Ivan Telegin, and that's going to force Francouz to come out and play it and negate an icing call.
Well, good speed from Telegin. Just read that rim, able to get ahead and behind the defenseman of Czechs.
Slap shot and then a left pad save as Vrana let that one go. Vrana tracks it down, sends it for Thomas Zahorna. Zahorna trying to create some space against the checking of Antipin, and Sapachov down low is on the puck. Sapachov will just flip this out the center. Dodonov tried to get to that loose puck, or Chuskin rather, but it was knocked away from him. And back up the ice for the Czech Republic with Plekanec. Antipin. Plekanec is in after him. They jam it up in behind Vasilevsky. Dodonov ties his man up, comes up with it, then he got stripped of the puck. And then Dodonov knocked his man down. That was Horak. And then Dodonov will make his way to the Russian bench. Gusev, the final Russian player to leave the ice surface on the line change. Vasilevich, Antipin, and out through center ice, Sapachov looking for Panarin. That didn't work. And then Sapachov will drive it in. Long lead pass. Provorov guarding the line for Russia. Kuznetsov couldn't trap it. Pasternak is open. The pass got tipped away.
Great stick by Ivan Provorov on that centering play. Got his stick in that pass lane and took away what would have been a good chance for Pasternak.
Russia regroups with Provorov. Shovels it in. Plotnikov sends it around the boards. Back down low by Kuznetsov, in for Artemi Panarin. Panarin trying to work his way around Chimik. Back to the line, and an attempted slap shot by Orlov. Goes off the heel of his stick, and right back in for Pasternak, but Orlov knocked it away from him. And right back up the ice for Kachov. For Panarin. Plays it around to the left point. Put down low by Orlov. Back for Panarin. Panarin for Kachov. Kachov puts it back at the line. Slap shot, Belov, and he can drive it. Kovac goes down in front of that and blocks it.
That'd be brave to go in front of Belov's blast, and that's exactly what Kovac is going to do as he gets over there, times the slide perfectly, and just gets that shin pad on the puck, deflects it up and out of play. Careful when you open up the skate like that. That's how Namestnikov for Russia got injured early in that first period of play. Turned his skate open, took it right off the instep of his foot. And I can't imagine it being a good result as he did not return.
So Finland traveled to Cologne yesterday, and Finland leading USA 1-0. Russia traveled here to Paris, and Russia with the 2-0 lead on the Czech Republic. Back in on the attack for Michael Berner. Plays it for Rippick, trying to get it for Berner out front. Comes back to the blue line for Michael Kempny. Kempny looking for a shooting lane, thought he had one, and Barabanov blocks it, and it caroms over the glass and out of play.
Look at Michael Kempny, who played his first year in the NHL with the Chicago Blackhawks. 50 games with the Blackhawks, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points, has a pair of goals in this tournament for the Czechs.
He leads the Czech Republic. Kempny does in average ice time at 18 minutes and 49 seconds per game. Radko Gudas to Michael Kempny and a right pad save by Vasilevsky. Nichushkin trying to lose the checking of Kovac. Telegan is after it. Kempny is in after him. In for Nichushkin. Nichushkin spilled in the corner, and Kovac plays it for Michael Kempny. 2-0 Russia. This gets sent in by Kasilovic. Long lead pass for Telegan. Telegan trying to get away from the checking on the near side of Ruta. Back at the line, Kovac dishes it back. Lead pass, Voracek. Voracek trying to lose Orlov, drops it back. Sobotka trying to get a backhand shot away, could not. Sobotka back to the St. Louis Blues this year after a couple of years in the KHL, including this past season.
Joined the Blues late. There's a look at Sobotka. We'll be back with the Blues next season, and upset after that rush. Puck got stripped from him. Zapachov did a nice job with pressure on the back check. We wonder if some frustration here for the Czechs. They haven't been able to really get much going offensively in this game, especially in this second period.
They have kept the game from getting away from them, but they're down 2-0. Shots right now 21-13 in favor of the Czech Republic. And they built some momentum when Russia took its 3rd penalty of the hockey game, or the 4th penalty of the hockey game here in the second period.
Oleg Starok and his team, they really haven't got much going, but the thing about this Russian team is that it only takes one shot a lot of times, as we saw the second goal of the game, Kucherov. They have such a high level of talent and skill. That goal by Kucherov, he didn't have much room at all, much more the size of a puck, but he was able to put it upstairs over the left arm of Francouz.
Just under 2 to go here in the second period. Artemi Panarin with the long shot. That's steered aside. And this is going to be an icing call against Czech Republic.
Look at Chimik. The Czech Republic plays in the Czech League. Led defenseman in goals in the league with 11, and there's Jondac. Gonna have to figure out what his team needs to do here to get on the scoreboard. They did want to play good defensively, and they're gonna have to open it up, try and create a little bit more. Not only that, they gotta find a way to get it past Andrei Vasilevsky, who's been very good in this hockey game.
Russia started with the shootout victory over Sweden. Artemi Panarin had the game-winning goal. Then they beat Italy 10-1, beat Germany 6-3, had a 5-0 lead after 2 in that one. And then they rattle off the 3 straight shutouts, beat Denmark 3-0, beat Slovakia 6-0, and beat Latvia 5-0 before dropping that 5-3 contest to the United States, getting outshot 35-19. Panarin, and that's off the outside of the goalpost. Pasternak puts that back to the Russian line. Cleared back out at center, and on the loose puck, Zanora plays this ahead for Hansel. Hansel stripped. Here comes Panarin. Some nice work in tight, and a good job defensively there by Chimik, or Kovac to stay with him. Chimik plays this up at center ice, trying to bring it into Zahorna. Lost control of it, and Kachev will bring it back in. Kachev stripped of the puck by Horak. Into the final minute of the second period, Horak straight up to the line and in. Finds Thomas Plekanec. Plekanec being watched by Kasilovic. Plays it to the near corner for Zadora. Pinned to the sideboards. Horak goes in after it. Centered out front off a skate as Kasilovic stopped it. After it again, though, was Jan Ruta. So some late period pressure here by the Czech Republic. Barabanov will go after a loose puck, gets it to the line, kept in by Plekanec. And now Gavrikov will have some time as the Czech Republic starts a line change, and the second period will come to an end.
Well, that second period of play, they need to find a way to beat that guy. Andrei Vasilevsky has been perfect in this game. All 22 shots that have come his way, he's been able to stop. Kucherov has the second goal in this game. Orlov's first. Right now is the go-ahead one. Little insurance from Kucherov, and Nemesnikov will be done as he is undergoing test after blocking a shot in that first period of play.
Michael Kempny will go back into his own end. Kempny plays it for his defense partner, Ruta. And Ruta will hammer this one in. They were looking for that long bank off the backboards and hoping that Kovac would be the first guy in, and there is, back on the bench, is Nemesnikov.
So test must have came back negative. I would assume it was an X-ray after blocking a shot, and Oleg Snarok happy to have that centerman back in his lineup.
Nemesnikov 57.5% in the face-off department in this championship. And with the game here 2-0, face-offs will become an issue as this game does progress. Turned aside by Fansos, and Kempny finds a little bit of room, squeezes his way out to center ice. Kempny looking for that wrist shot, drops it off, and the shot from Sobotka got blocked. Sobotka drops it back. Chance in front of the net. Good rush from the blue line by Hansel, but never did get a good shot away.
Sapachev went down, able to block it before it. A good stick and a good block from Antipin.
Hansel looking for that return pass, got away from him. Kucherov will carry it in. Long wrist shot by Kucherov, and Francouz will grab that with his right-handed catching glove and hang on to it.
Artemi Panarin, look at what he's been able to do. He has not found the back of the net in this game, but a nice play here as he had the one-timer. Francouz made the big save with the right pad. This one off the outside of the post. That was late in period number 2. See the 13 points for Panarin in this tournament.
Dmitry Orlov, who opened the scoring in this game, played it down for Panarin, then it gets sent down. Radko Gudas will take it for the Czech Republic. Gudas dished it off to the line and no further, as there was just no room for Hansel. Now this will get sent in, and this is going to be another icing call against the Czech Republic.
Slow pace to start the third period, and probably okay with Russia, but not for Coach Josef Jandoc and his Czech team, as they need to get going and a little bit of momentum swift shift that's going to go in their favor.
Jandoc's first international tournament, major tournament as a head coach, was the World Cup. And then is the coach of the Czech Republic team for this tournament. Record of 5-2 in the preliminary round for the Czech Republic. And now down a couple here to Russia as the third period is underway. Provorov, no one knows where this puck is. And finally play is whistled down.
Oh, look at Ivan Provorov and his teammates, Kasilovic. The ice time leader for Russia after 40 minutes was Victor Antipin. He played 12 minutes and 43 seconds. Telegin, the forward, is leaving after the first. This faceoff will come back to center ice.
Andronov out for Russia. He's had a real good tournament. 3 goals, 5 points for him. Another one of the Russian players that has drawn the attention from some NHL teams and NHL scouts.
Well, he's big. He plays a physical style of game. He's got the offense, a little bit of finish, and you'll see if anything more comes of it. Played for CSKA Moscow last season in the KHL. This is his first World Championship. Was drafted by the Blues back in 2009 in the 3rd round.
Talk about the Czech Republic and the good defensive game that country plays. Finland knows how to play defense as well, and right now Finland's still leading USA 1-0. They're in the 3rd period of that game. In across the line for Horak. Cross ice pass deflected away. Taken in the high slot. Zohorna tried to play it to the side of the net, and it got deflected and cleared away. And Plekanec back into his own zone. Plekanec with the long right side pass for Zohorna. That failed to materialize, and Russia will bring it right back in. Getting knocked down along the boards was Telegin, and Horak will carry it out for Plekanec. Plekanec back for Horak. Good job defensively by Dodonov to stay with him. And this gets sent out for Sapachev. Sapachev for Dodonov. Dodonov for Sapachev. From the line, Zub let the blast go. And Francouz makes a good save on the blast from Artem Zub. Zub gets chased all the way back. Sends it for Orlov. Through the middle, nice feed, Kucherov. And a good defensive play by Kempny. Panarin couldn't handle it. And right back up the ice for Voracek, the captain of the Czech Republic. Voracek bumped off the puck by Belov. Gets a little bit of help from Sobotka. Knocked in behind the net. Back to the blue line for Sulak. Sulak puts it down to the short side. Kovac back at the line. And a penalty coming to Voracek.
Voracek not happy in front. He's going to get a high sticking call. Right as his team was starting to build a little bit of pressure. It all started with a rush by him into the zone. So it's going to be a 2-minute minor for high sticking. And there goes Voracek.
Czech Republic penalty.
His team will go short-handed.
Sticking.
It's a battle in front with Kuznetsov. And Provorov skates into his stick. There's the chance earlier. Kucherov in. And Kempny has enough interference to knock that chance into the corner.
Jonas Kampainen has scored for Finland. They now lead the United States 2-0 over in Cologne. So power play for Russia. Russia 1 for 2 with the man advantage on a bit of an interesting call. See if Russia can take advantage of it. Orlov, Kucherov, the shot, that just missed short side. Kuznetsov plays give and go with Antipin. Kucherov, Kuznetsov, Orlov, and it got away from him. Kuznetsov on it again, through for Antipin. Antipin off a skate, Plotnikov has it. Plotnikov back for Kuznetsov, cross ice, and diving across was Radko Gudas to block that one. They'll try it again. Kucherov and a good save by Francouz. and this gets cleared around the ice.
So good at opening up that cross seam play, and Kucherov is a trigger guy on that power play, and a couple great passes from Kuznetsov.
Nikita Gusev hits the line, winds his way in for Panarin. Try to get it back to Gusev, couldn't. Sapachov has it in the corner. Sapachov for Ivan Provorov. And down for Gusev. Back for Sapachov to Donov. Works himself open in front, and another good save by Francouz. Panarin lets the shot go, and that's off a stick. Provorov back for Panarin. Near side is Gusev. It came back to Provorov, and he lifted his head to take a look, and the puck got away from him. Panarin back for Nikita Gusev. Back for Panarin. Throws it down for Dodonov. Near side Panarin, and that got blocked. And Voracek is out of the penalty box.
That is a huge penalty kill for the Czech Republic to keep this game just a 2-goal difference.
Some huge blocks. Sapachov trying to find Panarin. Voracek breaks it up. Jacob Voracek squeezed out but maintains control. Good work. He drops it back for Gudas. Gudas goes rink wide for Kovash. Kovash gets rubbed out in behind the net by Gavrikov. Sobotka in a battle with Dodonov. David Pastrnak trying to dig it free, unable to do so, and Andronov will chip it in and go in after it against Sulak. Andronov fending off the checking of Big Sulak. Now gets rubbed out on the near side. Nichushkin in there against Pastrnak. David Pastrnak trying to work it loose. 20 years of age, 70 points with the Boston Bruins this year for Pastrnak. Plekanec knocked Nichushkin down. Nichushkin has it again though. Nichushkin, watched by Sulak, puts on the brakes, plays it back for Zub. Zub is watched by Plekanec. Centered, oh, what a save! Absolutely terrific save by Francouz off Andronov.
Andronov couldn't believe it, how he got over there in time.
Cross-ice feed for Telegin, that got deflected away as Pastrnak, in need of a change, will finally make his way to the bench.
See how big that save is if his team, Francouz team, can come back and give a little offense.
Another icing call here against the Czech Republic. 12:40 left to go, third period.
Well, what a save that was. Zub comes in from the point. He finds Andronov, and Francouz able to go across quickly as he moves right to left. Here's another one on the power play earlier. Closes up that 5-0 quickly.
Cleared back out at center ice. We're talking about where teams go from here. Just a correction, the winner of this game will play the winner of Canada-Germany. That's the second game over in Cologne. Our second game here is Sweden and Switzerland. Another pile up along the boards, this time in the Russian end of the ice. Antipin ahead for Artemi Panarin. Panarin, Kuznetsov, and a good defensive play and back up the ice for Berner, but then Berner stripped of the puck. But a power play coming for the Czech Republic. And with 12:05 to go, they're down by 2.
Number 86, Russia, 2 minutes for tripping.
De ce match, c'est le Skoda Fan of the Game.
Go to our partner to challenge you here in this game. Let's check it out now in Fixer.
Voracek, him and his teammates looking to beat Vasilevsky, go get a chance on the power play. Nikita Kucherov takes a tripping call in the offensive zone. So the Czech Republic with a real good chance here They get it past. Russia's done a good job on their penalty kill. Some big blocks on the last one.
Czech Republic needs to find some offense, but Ivan Telegin is on it right off the face-off. Kovac will go back. Czech Republic had that terrific medal run, 1996 to 2001, a 6-year run of medals. Slap shot and Vasilevsky from David Pastrnak. And Vasilevsky will hang on to it.
Pastrnak just winding it up, and he's going to tee this up just inside the blue line. 7 points in this tournament, leading the way for the Czech Republic. Just the one goal. We were talking about what a year he had with the Boston Bruins. 25th overall pick of the Bruins. And able to put up 34 goals this last season. That draft, of course, was in 2014.
Voracek, who was the Czech Player of the Year, makes his way down to the corner to take this bouncing puck. Voracek being watched by Antipin. Chimak go across for Pastrnak and the stick shatters. Vladimir Sobotka comes back for Voracek and he misfired. And this will get cleared down the ice. Chimak back for it. And he'll get chased back again by Plotnikov. Dishes it back, and now Ripik will carry to the line. He drops it off, and Horak got pressured there. Cleared down the ice again by Barabanov. Jan Ruta has a game-winning goal in this tournament. 30 seconds now left in the power play. Ripik sends it for Jerabek back to Ripik, and a glove save by Vasilevsky. Drops it, no one there, so he'll just play this ahead for Barabanov, and it'll get cleared all the way down the ice.
Just too easy for Vasilevsky right now. That's just the second shot he's seen in this third period, and we're almost halfway through. The Czechs need to find a way here with a little more desperation towards that goal.
Plekanec lets the shot go, and Vasilevsky will make the save, and there is no rebound for Peter Vrana, who was just waiting for that puck to drop.
Pastrnak trying to tee this one up, and the stick is going to snap on him just as he tries to get as much leverage as possible and lean into that one. There's a shot, and a good heads-up play by Vasilevsky. He credits a lot of that puck skills as a netminder to his former teammate Ben Bishop, who's really good at moving the puck.
Ben Bishop, the new member of the Dallas Stars. Back into his own zone, Thomas Zahorna in his second World Championship power play is over. And Russia 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. Radko Gudas for Vrana, back for Gudas. Tight quarters at center. Kucherov plays it back in his own zone. Vasiljevic for Gavrikov. The long lead pass got picked off by the defenseman Sulak. Big Sulak drives it to the net. Has it again. And Zahorna couldn't get the stick on that pass.
Had some bounces just not go their way.
Kondratik, the former NHLer, up for Voracek. Voracek right back in. Voracek winds his way against Panarin. Voracek still has it. Sepetchov picks up the chase. Voracek drops it off. Provorov trying to bat it free. Sobotka's in after Provorov. Vladimir Sobotka back for Voracek. Voracek back to the blue line. Kempny with the shot. Save made. Belov is on the loose puck, and Belov lead pass. Panarin is in alone. Panarin, and he chipped it wide. Dodonov throws it to the front of the net, gets it back. Big save, Francouz.
Panarin missed the net on that breakaway. He took a big hit after, but a great outlet pass. Belov. Panarin just gets lost. He's going to try to go to the forehand. He loses the puck. And then a huge hit. Kondratik. A couple chances for Dodonov. And Francouz with some big saves. puck just rolls. I mentioned the puck bouncing a bit for the Czechs, while there's a bad one for Panarin, and that is a big hit to follow it up by Kondratik.
Kondratik was a New York Ranger picked back in 08, now plays in Bratislava of the KHL. 30 NHL games under his belt. Barabanov, Ripik, Plotnikov, they all pile into the corner. Kept in by Orlov. Centered out front. Barabanov trying a backhander. That never got to the net. And now cleared back out at center ice. Zub back up for Barabanov. And right back in, Hanzel. Being watched by Dmitry Orlov. Plotnikov back in behind his own net. Orlov coming up the wall, but it's kept in at the blue line by Radko Gudas. Puck battle, and that is cleared as Plotnikov does get it out to center ice. Barabanov carries back in against Radko Gudas. Gudas gives him a rough ride. Kachov gets wrapped up by Sulak. And a attempted pass goes off a stick and out of play. 7:26, our Timmy Panarin with a great opportunity.
Event time is proud to announce the game attendance today, and today we are 6,209.
Le 8 nombreux spectateurs présentés par notre partenaire de cette billetterie du championnat du monde IHF 2017. Et nous sommes beaucoup de parler 6209.
Look at our Timmy Panarin. Boy, did he get drilled.
Yes, sure did. A big hit by Kondratik right after he missed that breakaway. You can tell a little frustrated they couldn't get the shot away. But it keeps the Czech Republic in this game. They just find a way here to generate a little bit more. And they had some chances, but that was an example. One quick outlet pass by Belov, and Panarin was in all alone.
Some big saves in this third period by Francouz. Kondratik for Michael Kempny. Kempny plays it. The lead pass for Voracek. Voracek across the line, pulls up. Voracek drops for Kondratik. Kondratik gets wrapped up in the corner. Sobotka's on it. Sobotka getting watched. Staying with him was Belov. Kempny's going to send this back in deep for Voracek. Voracek gets tied up, centers, it bounces around, and taken and cleared by Ivan Telegin for Valery Nichushkin. And they're going to call icing here against Russia.
Russia's done a good job really protecting that front of their net, not allowing any of the Czech players free roam in that area. As Voracek battling in front. Took a high stick from Vasilevsky. That's the exact same play he got called for earlier as Provorov skated into his stick, and he got the high sticking penalty. Look at the two NHLers.
Just that goalie stick's a little bigger.
It is a little bigger.
Covers a little more of that beard.
Well, he's got, protection. It'd be hard to get a cut through that.
So they're trying to sort out now who's supposed to be on the ice after the icing call. Meantime, Andronov has gone to the bench, had a little bit of a rest. He's had a good tournament face-off wise. This one gets tied up as the Czech Republic comes up with it. Chervinka back at the blue line. The shot by Ruzo, that goes wide. Chimak to the short side. Vasilevsky down. The puck never did get there. And Belov will play it ahead for Nichushkin. And that'll be sent on, and Telegin will clear it deep, and Russia will get the line change in. Here comes Pasternak. He'll try to put that to the front of the net. Kasilovic blocked it. And now a quick lead pass for Kucherov. Has Panarin with him. Panarin scores! Artemi Panarin on a 2-on-1. And that That may be enough for Russia.
Really is, and it just sums up the way they can play. Czechs trying to generate something there. They got such a quick attack. Stretch pass, plays behind. They read that really well off turnovers in the defensive zone. What? Kucherov's gone. He's off to the races on one side, Panarin on the other. Chimek doesn't pick up Panarin. That leaves him wide open. And Francouz, who's been very good for the Czechs, gets beat to the blocker side this time as Panarin rips that past him. A little bit of emotion there as Panarin with his 4th goal in the tournament. Another point for Kucherov. Those two have led the way offensively.
14th point now for Panarin. Off the boards. This is cleared by Namestnikov. Vasilevsky had it skip away from him, and Zub goes after it. Zub played it up the boards, kept in by Sulak. Sulak back down into the corner. There's going to have to be some desperation to the game of the Czech Republic now. Long shot got blocked. Sulak is on it again. Lost his footing, goes down. And Radko Gudas slips this through the middle. Thomas to Horna. Sends it through for Horak. Horak tied up in the corner along with Orlov. At the blue line, this gets kept in. Long shot, easy blocker save for Vasilevsky. And Orlov with a nice outlet pass for Sapachev. Sapachev to the line. Leaves for Barabanov. Back at the right point, and Antipin. Barabanov back in after it along with Kempny. And Kempny will play it for Kondratik. Long lead pass misses everyone, and an icing call here against the Czech Republic.
Artemi Panarin, 3 shots on goal in this game. Had a great one here where Francouz got the best of him. One off the post, one that went wide. He has been sniffing for that goal, and he finally gets it off a great pass from Kucherov. He beats Francouz, and it's a little high five from the coach, Oleg Snarok, as his team comfortable 3-0 lead here late in period 3.
The terrific year that USA Hockey has had in international competition, 2017, is going to be challenged immensely as they are down to Finland 2-0 late. Sobotka will send this in, goes in after Anton Belov. To the backboards they go. Belov just squeezes Sobotka out. And that allows Plotnikov to put it off the boards. And Russia right now with the 3-goal lead, content to just make sure it gets out of their end of the ice. And Kasilovic breaks it up. Nichushkin to the blue line. Nichushkin trying to drive it deep. Andronov gets a couple of whacks at it, and then Andronov will get it for Nichushkin. Nichushkin gets tied up on the play by Ruta. Andronov is on it. Telegan. After a loose puck, Andronov shot sailed high and wide. Kept in by Kasilovic. Now for Telegan. Telegan will just spin it back towards the corner. And finally picked up, and Chimek will get it out to center ice. Player changes for both teams. Kuznetsov gets to the Czech Republic line. Following up is Kucherov to Panarin. Panarin in on goal. What a move by Panarin, and then he shot it high.
So good with the puck. You can just see the talent he has, his ability to dance through a few players. They're getting all alone on Francouz.
Winner of this game will get the winner of the Canada-Germany quarterfinal tonight.
Well, here's the play. Kucherov to Panarin, and he just goes around Gudas, tries to go up top to the glove side. Well, he's a lot of fun to watch. Artemi Panarin, and Chicago Blackhawks fans very familiar with that. Not a bad pair when they got him and Patrick Kane on a team.
Rookie of the year a couple of years ago. Yeah, they're a pretty good pair of those two. This will get sent in. Sulak back for it. Russia just very quick on the defensive side of the game as Nemestikov got over there quickly, ties it up, and then makes the Czech Republic go all the way back in behind its own goal line to start this attack. Vrana, backhander to the short side, his stick breaks. Nemestikov tries to chip it off the boards, got blocked. Good play there by Berner, but then as he tried to play it to the front of the net, there was just no room in front of Vasilevsky.
This is the best defensive game we've seen Russia play. They have not allowed anything to the front. They've pushed everything to the corner. Vasilevsky's looked really comfortable.
Here's a chance for Dodonov, puts on the brakes, goes to the forehand and spins it wide. Dodonov, big collision there with Kondratik. Kuznetsov, Panarin. Panarin goes rink wide, looking for that return pass, but this got knocked out at center ice.
Another play, quick turnover in the defensive zone, and then they shoot the zone and get a long pass. He was almost in all alone.
There it is again. Here comes Panarin. Kempny is in after him. And Thomas Zahorna. This gets turned over. Wrist shot pass. Panarin misses. As Kuznetsov tried to set up Panarin. Kucherov is after it. Came out at center ice.
Surprised we've not seen Francouz get to that, although Russia's had the puck in the Czech zone.
And Tipin gets it for Kuznetsov. Panarin couldn't get a stick on it. Voracek starts back. Pass too far for Kovac. And just no chance for Francouz to leave the ice. And now Francouz takes a look over at that bench, but he stays in there. Shot from the line off the backboards. Gudas, long shot steered away, and so Francouz stays in the net with the Czech Republic down 3-0.
Find that a little strange. I thought with maybe 3 minutes left or so, down 3, you want to try anything you can.
Kovac back in his own end. And Russia will advance. At the line, Chervenka sends it cross ice, and that gets blocked by Ivan Telegin. And that goes up into the netting, and 12.2 seconds away as Russia tries to finish this one off. It would be Russia's 4th shutout win of the championship.
And Vasilevsky's 3rd. Here's that chance for Dodonov. Little spin play, trying to go to the corner. But the stretch pass. Russia's looked a lot better in this game. They weren't as good defensively in that loss to the USA, but they will move on.
Nichushkin at center, plays it through for Ivan Telegin, and this one has come to an end. The first quarterfinal is in the books, and Russia wins 3-0.
Дамы и господа, в честь команды победительницы звучит государственный гимн Российской Федерации.